Former President Donald Trump's latest comments on China are once again drawing strong reactions from Beijing. Recently, Trump floated the idea of imposing even steeper tariffs on Chinese goods if he returns to the White House in 2025. His words have been interpreted by Chinese officials and state-run media as nothing short of economic blackmail. During a rally and in follow-up interviews, Trump claimed that China has taken advantage of the U.S. for decades. He promised to increase tariffs on Chinese imports, possibly to levels even higher than during his first term. Trump insisted this move would bring manufacturing back to America and reduce dependence on foreign goods. In response, Chinese officials didn't hold back. State media called Trump's threats economic bullying and warns that any new tariffs would hurt both economies. One editorial in the Global Times, a newspaper often seen as a voice of Beijing's hardline policies, described Trump's rhetoric as U.S. blackmail, aimed at intimidating China into submission. The Chinese government has consistently opposed unilateral tariff hikes, especially those introduced without negotiation or consultation. In their view, Trump's tariff threats reflect a broader strategy of trying to contain China's rise through pressure rather than cooperation. A spokesperson for China's Ministry of Commerce said, "Tariffs are not the solution. They are a tool of coercion." These developments come at a time when U.S. China relations are already strained. Despite efforts by the Biden administration to maintain diplomatic dialogue, issues like Taiwan, trade restrictions, and tech competition have kept tensions high. Trump's renewed focus on tariffs risks inflaming these tensions further, especially if Chinese leaders believe they are being targeted for political gain during a U.S. election cycle. Economists on both sides have weighed in. Many argue that tariffs, particularly when implemented without international consensus, often backfire. During Trump's presidency, U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods led to higher costs for American businesses and consumers, while Chinese exporters found alternative markets. Some analysts in China say the country is better prepared now than it was in 2018. Since then, China has diversified its supply chains, expanded domestic consumption, and built closer trade ties with other nations, including members of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, RCEP. If Trump imposes new tariffs, Beijing might retaliate, but in a more targeted and strategic way than before. Meanwhile, Chinese social media is buzzing with reactions. On platforms like Weibo, many users accuse Trump of using China as a scapegoat to rally voters. Some netizens even mock the idea that tariffs could bring jobs back to the U.S., pointing out that many industries have already moved to countries like Vietnam and India, not back to America. Others, however, worry about the broader implications. Even though Trump is no longer president, his influence on U.S. policy remains strong, and the possibility of him returning to power is real. For Chinese businesses and investors, this uncertainty creates hesitation about long-term partnerships with American firms. In short, Trump's tariff threats are not being taken lightly in China. While Beijing remains cautious in its official statements, the underlying message is clear. China views the threats as a form of blackmail, an aggressive tactic designed to pressure the country during a vulnerable geopolitical moment. Whether or not Trump follows through, the damage to trust between the world's two largest economies may already be done. The rhetoric, the threats, and the responses all signal a deepening divide, one that could shape the future of global trade for years to come.